right, back here on One Bills Live. Chris Brown, Steve Tasker with you, and joining us in studio, Bills center Connor McGovern, fresh off the practice field, and player interview appearances on One Bills Live are presented by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the Buffalo Bills. All right, Connor, I know I was talking to you about this a little bit, but you guys had a bye all the way back in Week 7. You get the mini bye after the Thursday night game, but it's been a bit of a stretch since then. How much good did sitting Week 18 do for you going into the postseason?
Yeah, it helped a lot. We still do have a lot of guys banged up, but just getting that extra weekend, just freshen up the bodies a little bit, and just good now to really allow us to get that playoff push going.
Yeah, instead of you can get healthier, but you don't have to get any setbacks physically on the field. You can just keep getting better.
Yeah,
like a lot better in Jacksonville, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Like that week, like a lot of teams, they played Week 18. We're able to just rest up that little bit more, just take the mental reps, so you just take that load off your body.
How big of a disruption is the one day less? I know everything's moved up. This is a Thursday today, right, instead of a Wednesday. How big of a disruption?
Because the game's on Saturday.
Yeah. We try not to look at that much.
Right.
Yeah, it sucks. It's a short week, but teams have done before. What was it, the 05 Steelers that have been in the same position, beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. So that's what we're just looking at. Someone else has done already, so why not us?
Obviously, last year was last year, but you did play him in a playoff game last year, which you guys, pulled away in the second half. Is there still value from a film study perspective just to kind of refamiliarize yourself with their personnel? Because their defense is, they have a couple of new pieces, but largely up front, it's unchanged. Yeah. So is there value to kind of refamiliarize yourself with the personnel that way? Or?
Yeah, for sure. Like, we've already gone back and looked at the film just because we're roughly the same offense, they're roughly the same defense. So there's a lot of, just
carryover.
Yeah, a lot of carryovers. Like, it really helps us, just seeing how they play things, like how they play us, how we use our hands differently, how they react to this stuff like that. So a lot of, you might not look at the scheme much, just see how they react to us and how we can really hit blocks.
Yeah, gotcha. they've got the defending defensive player of the year outside, and then they've got the number 1 run defense or number 2 run defense in the league. The number 1 remaining defense.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So. There's a lot in this, right? And they're a team that's really put it together. They're a lot different team, even though they've got many of the same players.
Yeah, they're playing at a high level right now. Right. Last year, same thing, great defense, but we're also a great offense. So I think it's a great matchup again, and it's just going to be one of those games where it's just going to be one up front, I think, and we're up for that challenge.
Yeah. You guys did a pretty good job of handling the crowd noise last week. So Denver's probably a little bit of a different animal.
Yes, I would say so.
But still in all, just having that 1 week of going through it in a live setting, how much does that help you carry that into this week? Just, getting 60 quality reps,
in a loud environment.
On the road, in a playoff environment already. Not that you haven't been through it before, but you just did it 6 days ago.
Yeah, you get the reps, whatever, during the regular season, but, there's another stand to the playoffs. So that really helps us. We're on the road last week in a hostile environment. This week it's going to be another challenging environment. So, it's good to already have one under our belt and be ready for that.
Also, that you end up this season on a stretch. I was making this. You face a really good, hot Jacksonville team. They had won 8 straight going into that game. I was telling Brownie, I've been making this point. I'm not unhappy that you almost could have beat the Philadelphia Eagles, because it's hard to. Had to win 10 straight to get all the way. And I get it.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to do, and it's not that all those games affect this game, but little by little you start to go down a path of we're winning, and you start thinking differently about what's going forward, and it does affect you.
It does, and then we had the loss, so you kind of reset. Know, when you start winning, maybe some things slip through the cracks a little bit, but a loss really makes you stop. Hey, what's going on here? Take a step back, really. Just see what's going on and really start dialing things in more.
Forces you to touch base in a lot more places than a win does, right?
Exactly.
You got to go back and mind your P's and Q's and just reset and sweep the corners,
right?
Things
you start looking at things more under a microscope instead of just letting something slide. Hey, my hand was outside, should have been inside here, and you really just start dialing the little things.
Right.
O'Cyrus Torrence wins angry runs this week.
Yeah.
Guys, proud of
Kyle Brandt. Now here's the question, because we know the O-linemen probably rib each other maybe more than any other position group.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So is this an example of we lift him up on a pedestal and show him off to everybody else in the locker room? Or is this something where internally you're just ribbing him and making him feel embarrassed about the whole thing?
Oh, we're as O-line ripping them apart. But no, we love it. Like everyone else,
It came up short. I'm sorry. You didn't make it in the end zone.
I didn't even know what happened. If you look at this, I'm at the complete bottom. I have 8 or 9 guys
on the ground.
So I didn't even know until Dion literally rolls me over. And he's like, get up, we scored. And I had no idea this happened at all. Right. And then I see that on the Jumbotron, Cybo literally just picking up Josh and just carrying him.
Josh's feet are swinging for a second. Like, there's not many people that pick up a quarterback that big and just start running with him.
Right. No, you're right.
Like, he just forklifted.
Look, you can't even see me.
No, you're gone.
The back of the end zone on this replay that we're watching, you can see Dion come over. You'll watch the end of this. Dion comes over, he rolls you over and picks you up.
Yep.
Right in the back. You see him get up. Now, come
on, man.
Roll over and he says, hey, we scored. So much goes on in all this, and all of it's minutia. But it means like Josh gets up from this quarterback sneak and walks off like he did it himself, like he's stressed like, yeah, look at me. And O'Cyrus and Spencer and everybody are there piled up, and Josh is over here, swag. It's awesome
stuff. As he should, though. As he should, yeah. We just did that. But
in that moment, you got to own it. And it was the win probability on that
play alone.
On that sneak went from 27% probability to 77% probability on a quarterback sneak.
Yeah. Is that even heard of? Like that?
I think it's incredible. I think it's the largest swing in history.
What was Cybo's reaction to winning this thing? Like, did somebody have to tell him? How was he made aware of that? Like,
I think he just saw it on social media and all that, but we are all right behind it. Like, he should be. Like, the thing, like, it wasn't like, he didn't block anyone, ran down the field and he got it. No, like, he took on blockers at the beginning, and then it just kept going and literally just picked Josh up and just carried him.
And how is he handling praise? Is he one of those people that shy away from it, or will he puff his chest out, or like what's his?
He's one of those people. He's so level-headed. Like this means nothing to him. Like he could.
You wouldn't know.
Like you would never know. Like he just had this great play. Like after the play, like he's celebrating with all of us, but it's actually like he just did nothing. Like he's just one of those people just so level-headed. It doesn't matter highs or lows. He's always just O'Cyrus.
Our crew, Next Gen Stats, put it out. It was the probability swung by 49.9%. It went from 27.5 to 77.4.
Do you feel on the next play there that they pretty much like let you guys score because they wanted to get the ball back?
Yeah, they gave the runway.
It didn't feel like they gave much impedance to you guys getting in.
No, when the nose guard steps back.
Right.
You kind of like when I came forward, like, all right, this is gonna blast off, and then he steps back. I'm like, all right, he definitely.
Okay, that's what we thought watching the live.
And this is a huge point of conversation post game because you give them the ball back. It's 1:02 left, and they got they got the hottest offense in the league, and you're thinking, wow, they got a shot here with a kicker that can hit a 69-yarder. So you got to. They get the ball on the kick coverage team did a great job. Got them on the 23-yard line. It's great kick cover on the kickoff. So, now they got an extra first down they got to get before they get to midfield, all that stuff. Big point of conversation. Maybe Josh just kneels down there. What are you guys thinking about that?
Well, we have extreme confidence in our entire defense, but our secondary has been locked down.
Yeah.
Like, they've been on fire. So we knew if we scored whatever, they had no timeouts. We had extreme faith in our defense.
Yeah. What has been most impressive to you about the defense since probably about mid-season here? Because they're doing more with less. They've been beat up almost all season long.
All the veterans stepping up. Like, that's been really impressive to me.
Right? Like, you got guys
White,
long in the tooth. They're like
Shaq Thompson.
It's like they found the fountain of youth or something.
Yeah, seriously. Like
and
they're all
Milano's
30-plus and it looks like they're 24 again.
Is it amazing to you how some of the most productive quarterbacks this season have looked very indecisive against your defense? Like Drake May has been lighting it up all year long. You guys in that comeback game about a month ago,
that second half,
he didn't know what he was looking at. Mm-hmm. Like you got to stand on the sidelines and be like, man, what are we dialing up here? These guys,
all that going on, and then you have Cole Bishop just flying around taking people's heads off. Like that, guys think twice about before throwing over the middle when stuff like that happens.
Right.
It's just been downright impressive, and I know Benford and Trey have some of the lowest passer rating against in the league. What kind of confidence does that give you as an offensive unit, knowing when those guys get on the field, they're probably locking it down for you and getting you the ball back sooner than you think.
Yeah, it's huge confidence to us, like, because we know they're probably going to go 3 and out, or it's going to be short drive. So then we could just start eating up the clock, keep them fresh, keep them just on their lockdown defense. So it just plays complementary football right there.
Yeah, and going in on the road, what is conversations have you had? Because we've got a couple of calls from, we've had conversations about it, 5,280 feet in the altitude. Thoughts about that? I mean, Josh has been in there, and he hung 40.
Well, he played at 7,200 feet in college.
A little bit higher than that.
Josh hung 40 points on the Broncos
back in
when
2020.
they played back in 2020.
Yeah, 48.
With Vic Fangio as their head coach. What are the conversations about altitude, if any?
We really don't have any. We're well in shape, so I think we'll be fine in that aspect. It's just going to be another hostile environment, so we got to be ready for that and be really on top of communicating.
Yeah,
I think that would be the biggest struggle a little bit. Just
it's not
make
the
sure,
height, it's the noise.
Exactly. Yeah. They have a great fan base, and I know they're going to bring it.
Yeah.
Time now for this week's Timbits Timeout, presented by, of course, Tim Hortons, where we solicit the fans to ask Bills players a unique question. Connor's probably heard some version of this in the past, but Sarah asks, have you ever made pizza on a grill? Any tips for making it in the oven? I always have difficulty sliding it off the peel and into the oven without it wanting to stick.
Yeah. Okay. So on a grill, yes. Used to do on a green egg and smoke the pizza.
Okay.
Yeah,
A green egg grill.
yeah,
Those
green
are
egg
the
grill.
green ones
Yep.
that are,
The big ceramic
they're shaped
ones,
like an onion kind
Yeah,
of.
exactly. But in the oven, so that's where I do most of it. So I have steel plates built into my oven, so that helps a lot. But if the pizza's sticking to the peel, I throw a little semolina flour on it.
Okay.
So it just helps it really slide off. I'm not a fan of cornmeal because it's a little too coarse for my liking, but semolina works perfectly.
Okay. I got to try that because I'm not a huge...
Just a little flour.
Just a little flour, spread it all throughout the
Yeah.
peel, and it just shoots right off.
Because I've used the cornmeal because somebody recommended that to me. The problem is...
It works well, but you still taste it, and then
Yes.
it sits in and it burns at the bottom.
That's the
Yeah.
other problem, because if you use too much cornmeal and it slides off with your pizza, and then you take that pizza out later, and there's enough cornmeal sitting on your stone in there,
Yep.
that thing will go up, and now you're putting out a fire.
Exactly.
Cornmeal's
the,
on fire.
The flour just burn right off because
Yeah.
it's just a little amount.
And
That's actually good.
That's it for our cooking segment.
Could
here.
you,
Thank you very much.
could you foresee a time when you're done playing that, you got the chef hat on and you're sliding pizzas in and out of a shop somewhere?
There's a good shot. Open up some type of bakery. All that. Yeah.
So, like, it would be a bakery / pizzeria?
Yes.
Or
Yes. Yeah. I consider myself more of a baker than a cook. So
Okay.
I like
there you
making
go.
all my doughs, breads, all that. Bake any type of cookies, stuff like that. That's my wheelhouse.
Okay, so more of like a
I get the
pizzeria
Yeah,
like a
/
pastry and
patisserie.
artisan.
So let me
stuff
just
like
point
that.
out that most of the time when offensive linemen retire, they do one of two things. One, you turn into Eric Wood, who's long and lean and trim, and the other side goes the other way, which kind of makes me look at you out of the corner. Are you going to go the other way? I mean,
No.
if you're going to be a baker, you got to be, hefty.
See, my thing is
There's a lot
I
of
don't really
sampling.
eat it. Yeah, I don't really eat it that much. I
Oh, good
enjoy
for you.
cooking for other people, and
so love
I get
language,
so
right?
busy in it that I forget to
I get
eat
it.
sometimes. And like, 'cause as soon as the off season hits, I drop 20, 30 pounds like it's nothing, just because I don't have to eat as much. So, but when I say
it's a
I'll be
chore.
smaller, I'll probably be like 260 to 270. So still large for a regular person. But
Yeah.
again,
a-
I'm 330 right now, so that's
It's
a lot
still
of weight for
it's
me.
a chore to keep that weight on, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. All right. Look at that. Even in the kitchen, he trusts
Yeah.
the process.
There you go.
That's Connor McGovern joining us as player appearances are brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the Buffalo Bills. We'll take a break and finish up with some of your final thoughts on the tweet sheet next here on One Bills Live. Stay with us.